As a teacher, it's important to end your lessons strong. However, coming up with interesting and effective ways can sometimes be challenging. In this video, I will share 10 powerful strategies that can make your lesson endings more impactful and meaningful. Number 1. Tell a compelling story. A well-crafted story that highlights your message and is relevant to your students can be a powerful way to end a lesson. One super cool trick is to start with a story at the beginning of class, tell your students you will come back to it later, and close with a story to show how it supports your message. Number 2. Show a visual. Using a picture, graphic, or an object can create an engaging and memorable close. One interesting way is to choose a visual that seems unrelated to your topic. Give students a few minutes to figure it out, and then you explain how it is connected. Number 3. List the next steps. We often think that students will be able to infer what they should do next. This is not often the case. Listing the next steps at the end of class can help to provide students with a sense of direction and purpose and encourage them to engage with the material more deeply. Be sure to outline the specific actions you want them to take and how they can continue learning and applying the material. Number 4. Ask a thought-provoking question. Ending a class with a thought-provoking question can be a powerful way to facilitate deeper understanding and encourage students to think critically about the material. It can also help to create a sense of engagement and excitement in the classroom and encourage students to continue exploring the topic on their own. Number 5. End with powerful words. You can create a statement or use a quote to reinforce your message and make a lasting impression. When creating a statement, keep it short, inspiring, authentic, and make sure it actually or accurately summarizes your core message. When using a quote, choose one that is unique, aligns with your message, and is meaningful to your students. Avoid using the overused and cliched quotes and try searching for quotes from currently living famous people. By ending your class with a powerful statement or quote, you can inspire your students and help them to remember the key points of the lesson. Number 6. Circle back to the opening. One brilliant technique to end a class is to circle back to what you started with or close the loop. That can be done by revisiting and adding insights to a graph, an image, a quote you presented earlier. You can also complete a story you started the class with or answer a question you asked at the beginning. Number 7. Display a surprising fact. As your students' attention starts to wane by the end of class, a surprising fact can reignite and re-engage them. This is because our brains become active when we experience something unexpected. For this idea, consider using statistical data or interesting statements related to the topic to surprise and excite your students. You can also use the surprising fact as a hook to draw your students into your next class where you can elaborate on it further. Number 8. End with humor. Ending a class with a relevant and appropriate joke or cartoon can be a fun and memorable way to leave a lasting impression on your students. Choose jokes or cartoons that are insightful and add value to our messages, and make sure to select ones that are appropriate and align with DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion principles. Humor can be a great way to lighten the mood and encourage students to think and act in a more positive and inspired way. Here are 2 extra tips. Tip number 1. It's important to remember that students may start to mentally check out when the class period is coming to an end. So make sure to allow sufficient time for your closing activity and make sure to end the class on time. Tip number 2. Instead of using a traditional thank you slide or a slide asking for questions, consider using a summary slide to close your class. Make sure the slide includes all the key points of the lesson and is visually appealing. You might also consider including information about how the material connects to the future lessons to help students see the bigger picture and understand how the material fits into their overall learning journey. Here you are, 8 strategies you can use to end your class powerfully and create a lasting impression on your students. I would love to hear from you. Please comment below what type of engaging closes you use in your classroom. And if you find these ideas helpful, please consider subscribing. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.